blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. Have you forgotten already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. These must be my tears. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. Justice is blind, but she's not deaf. Sometimes you have to know when not to talk. How many cups of coffee have I had? Even I can't say. But this one is surely the best. Right, Mr. Right? The true measure of a man is in the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. The world is filled with those who have said, "I wish I had never asked that." Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. A bet's only good when your life's the ante. We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. Using the dark aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Class, lady. A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the times. That's one of my rules. The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules. There's no point in struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of the law. And I'm the one that hauled you in. Hey, Philly, know your role and shut your mouth. I can't stand women like you. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There is only one thing that remains constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case it's to murder. If your mug is filled with black and bitter suspicions, the only way to get rid of them is to drink them down quick. Like this. Cute girls never lie. Ever. People are like books. We've all got a front and a back. You get my drift? I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind. There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. The witness said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light. I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down. That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Trite. But you forgot about one thing. The aroma. A coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. Death has no meaning in this courtroom. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth, no matter how improbable it may seem. Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later. It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say. Add the pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of café au lait. Café au lait? Is that even legal? Mr. Trite's words are the milk and you are the spoon, Your Honor. So I gave her my last cup, with milk and sugar, to hide the bitterness of the harsh truth. Hot nights and even hotter coffee. That's what I always say. Humans are afraid of the dark. And yet, at the same time, we're fascinated and bewitched by it. Maybe that's why humans drink the darkness that is coffee. But then one morning, my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's morning coffee. Right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. Don't you think so? Phoenix, right?